Deck the halls with lost celebrities. Fa la 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 la. Fuck 2016. Welcome back to the PCMR podcast where we talk about movies, TV shows, video games, comic books, and other things that don't matter. Oh, yeah, that other thing. That other looming threat over 2016. And probably 2017. Probably the next 4 years. Probably the rest of our lives. I think the void is just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger until it swallows us all. Ooh, fun. That's usually celebrity deaths, but it seems like it's going to be years. Like, ooh, fuck me, dude. All right, well let's start a little positive before we get into all this negativity. Well, let's because we've got some not so much negativity, but some sadness, some retrospectiveness. I feel like we'll need. Mm. But we'll talk a little bit about Christmas first because this will come out day before New Year's Eve. But you know, Christmas was last week. How did your Christmas go, Brett? Oh yeah. Mm. Oh nice. Nice. Good. Like it's like they finally figured it out. They're just like this. No. Nice. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So he's got the helmet. That's the difference. I was about to vehemently disagree with you. Like, not possible. I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean more beautiful than Chris Hemsworth? Different beautiful, I can understand, but more. I can't think of one. I don't. Are you just picturing Fabio? Are we both pick? Is that your idea of like Italian man? You know, Fabio. Like, right? Is he even Italian? Where is he from? Space, probably. Weird alien man. Can't button up his shirts. Nice, nice. Yeah, I got. I don't think I got drunk, but I was pretty consistently drinking throughout the day. Yeah. Well, that's when I thought to take a Snapchat because I think I spent most of Christmas taking photos because I brought my camera down to Melbourne and I was thinking, you know what, I'm gonna try and capture what is an Aussie Christmas. So I've been editing. I've gotten about halfway through, just like looking through the photos and finding the ones I like and doing a few little touch ups because yeah, I think it turned out pretty well. Like noise. Mm. Uh, I've got Doctor Who Trivial Pursuit. I haven't opened it yet. Like that's from like 2 years ago. Yeah, I need to remember to bring that with me. Actually, it'd probably be easy for Jesse. Was it Han? I'm trying to think like who's gonna like just set up a trap. Probably Han. Overconfident motherfucker he is. who was the most likely candidate I think might have done it, maybe, based on half memories from when I watched the film. Yeah. Mm. Nah, she's just a big old nerd. That's how she won. What did Admiral Akbar... Who's Admiral Akbar? The fish one. Oh, fish face. Okay. Which fish face? Mm. Uh, mm. Fish. Yeah. Space fish. Fish head man. Oh, calamari. That sounds like a very tasty way to cook calamari. Oh, I didn't get a lot, but I was pretty happy with what I did get. Uh oh yeah, this year was not a real big gift giving year, which was fine because I didn't really want anything really this year. Like, yeah, which is I did do a little bit of that because I got a Power Man and Iron Fist comic, the most recent run, the first 5 issues of that in a trade, which I'm pretty happy with. I'm quite happy with that. And I finally found so I've been looking for a Daredevil vinyl. You know those little vinyl bobblehead toys? What are they called? Yeah, pop vinyls. Yeah. Um, there's I have the comic book Daredevil, and I have that sitting up on my kind of geek shelf. But I've been looking for the TV show version. I finally found one. Fucking, they're nowhere. I've been looking for I feel like years, at least for two. Because when did season one come out? Last year, yeah, yeah. For 2 years, been looking at one. Finally found. They had free. I haven't been able to find any for 2 years, and I finally found free. I was almost tempted to buy all three of them and be like, "Fuck it, I'm never gonna see him again." I haven't seen Punisher from the TV show. I saw Wilson Fisk. I'm kind of annoyed I didn't get that one. I feel like after this, I might either try and get the yellow Daredevil or Matt Murdock's suit and maybe the black suit one as well. I think you do. Yeah, you probably do. Maybe Hawkeye and Black Widow as well. Mm. And then you can move on to other statues. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, I tend to my two kind of vices at the moment. If I see something, I'm like, oh, I might get that. Are for Daredevil and Doctor Who. Usually I'm like, oh, I can live without it. But yeah, I've been looking for that Daredevil thing for ages, and I think, oh, was it my birthday or something, or I forget when it was, but I got the new sonic screwdriver that Peter Capaldi has. I bought that for myself because fuck it, treat yourself. Yeah, must have been it. Yeah. Mm. Ooh, yeah. Fun. It was pretty. With that, oh, and I got some. Oh, how hot? What's the Scoville level or whatever the measurement is? So is it hot for for normal people consumption, or is it one of those ridiculously hot this is like a joke gift kind of thing? Okay, yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. I feel like I tend to go for more not hot sauce or peppers, but the kind of Indian spices. I like a good kind of tandoori spice. I like that. I'm down for that. Mm. Yeah, it's kind of sweet. Mm. Oh yeah, I can get behind that. Oh yeah, speaking of food, how'd you? What was the Christmas spread? What did you guys have? Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. An actual turducken. Mm. Oh. Mm. Mm. It's three kinds of poultry. Can't go wrong, I guess. Mm. Damn. Yeah. I think I didn't get to try everything. I think there was some lamb that I missed out on because I couldn't find it, but I had some turkey. Uh. Mm. Yeah. Mm. I don't think I ate a lot, but I felt the next day I like barely ate anything because I was so full. It's so something about Christmas. Just like even no matter how you go, like, oh, I'll just have a small meal. Somehow you still always end up feeling like so fucking full. I don't understand it. Yeah, that's true. We were at family friends Christmas, and they had like their whole like family there as well for the lunch thing. So there was just like massive fucking table, lots of like little like nibbles laid out everywhere. So that might have been that got me. It was a fair few people, yeah. Righto. Yeah, this was a spread for at least like 30 people. Yeah. Mm. That sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty good. Mm. Oh yeah. Sometimes, yeah. Mm. 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 Yeah, it's a bit cunty. Mm. See, overuse of sticky tape annoys the shit out of me because you sit there, you just like, if this was just paper, I could just rip it up and be like, oh yeah, even no matter how many layers there are on there, it's fine. But as soon as you add tape into the mixture, it's like, ugh. I did see like a professional like wrapping when I was out shopping for mugs to get, and yeah, it was just like this lady just like wrapped it like professional. It was like, whoa, wow. Mm. Mm. Yeah. All right. We did get gifts for each other. Do we want to reveal those or no? But mm, yeah, I do have a disclaimer. There is a slight problem with your present, but I think I have something else that'll make up for it. Okay, yeah. So you do yours first, and then I'll yeah. Mm. Mm. Pretty happy with that. It does. Thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with both of those. Now, I did get you a Star Lord mug that was in the shape of his head. Mm. But it did break in two. Now, I am looking online to try and find like an adhesive to glue it back together, but that may take some time. So I also have a Harley Breen DVD that you can have. The Kingswood and I. It's I don't know what. I think it's from 2010. Is set then. So there you go. Well, there you go. I bloody got it for you. You're welcome. Yeah, it's a good mug too. I'm gonna. Yeah. So, but it's still like there's enough there that I'm very tempted to like. I have to try and find like the right kind of like thing to like glue ceramic back together because it's a good mug and it's worth saving. Nah, I think I was looking up like you shouldn't use super glue. There is a specific kind of like ceramic glue that you can use that like makes like microwave proof and like it won't poison you basically. Mm. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh. Mm. Oh. Crisis averted. Yeah. How about that? I'm real sad about that mug because it's a good mug. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna fix it. Don't you worry. Mm. Mm. What I feel. Will I be a good friend today? Nah. Just give him a broken mug. He'll be fine. Well, his face is still like intact. It was like, but the bit between like behind his face and like and the handle part. So you could almost have it as like a display thing if you wanted. But I'll try and. Mm, mm, that's fair. That's fair. Like I've pretty much done that with my Daredevil cup that I bought myself. I haven't used it yet. It's just sitting next to my other pop vinyl thing. Oh, I'm probably gonna drink out of that. Probably. Hmm. Drink his brain to gain his knowledge. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Well, back to the 2016. Will fuck you over like a motherfucker. Uh, your regularly scheduled broadcast. It could be like, what has 2016 done to us now? Well, mm, Carrie Fisher has died. Is age is it 60? Yeah, and then literally the day after, her mother, Debbie Reynolds, has also passed away, aged 84, which is just a massive kick in the teeth, really. Mm. Whole family. I mean, there's a daughter and a son who's lost a mother and a grandmother. That's Gary the dog. He's dogs don't know what's happened when you die. That's a terrible thing for a dog. It's a terrible thing for a dog to deal with. Poor dog. Mm. Mm. It's just it's. I didn't think it would hit me that hard, but like when she got the like had like the initial heart attack, I was sitting there like, don't you dare, 2016, don't you fucking do it. And then it looked like things were on the up, but then but 2016 was like no, no. I'll tide you over and think I'm going after George Michael, but then bam, Carrie Fisher as well. Mm. 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 Yeah. Mm. But yeah, fuck. Like, I don't even really know. Like, this is Orivism. I didn't know that until like, ooh, I think the heart attack. That Debbie Reynolds was her mother, and then that Debbie Reynolds was the one who was in Singing in the Rain. Yeah. So like I used to watch that Singing in the Rain movie all the time. And it is like a musical classic. I can't think of what else I would know her from. Like that's the film I know her from. It's a great film actually. Like as far as musicals go, it's pretty great. Like especially when you consider that these people are like triple threats. They're acting, they're dancing, they're singing. You know, a lot of actors and stuff they can't do that these days. These guys were super talented, and especially there was a comedian on it who's one of the other male characters is Gene Kelly, Debbie Reynolds, and then I think Chris something. Uh, and he would just do like these crazy like pratfalls and stunts and stuff. Like he was running up walls and doing backflips, and you know this is back in like what the 50s when like not many people did that shit. So no, pretty much. Mm. And it's a great film because it's all about like the switch from silent movies to having sound involved, and like there's an actress in it who just has a terrible voice. So Debbie Reynolds plays someone who they like use to dub over her when she does the singing. So yeah. Mm-hmm. But it's oh, she was very open about it. Like no, like she like everyone else is like I don't have a drug addiction. She's like I was fucked up. I don't know what you're talking about. She was mm. Oh yeah. She was real young in that too. Like I think in New Hope she's only 19. Mm. Like 27, I think. Mm. Hey man, it was a different time. It was the 70s. Like people just did that shit back then. I mean, they do it now, but they were more open about it, I guess, back then. It's a bit fucked up, man. Do you want to be doing that? It's like, nah, man. She legal. It's fine. Like, okay, okay, okay. You do you. That's our response to everything this year. It's either like, what? No, or, hey, you do you. He is. I think so, yeah. Well, yeah, because he'd be 13 years older than Carrie Fisher. She's 60, then he must be 73. 74, well, there you go. He's still kicking around. Mm. Mm. No biggie. But yeah, he had the affair with Harris. Oh, it would have been awkward if she'd had the affair with Mark Hamill. I would have. Like, it worked out within the continuity of the film. It was like, oh, that's all right. Hooked up with Han Solo. It makes sense. But yeah, this is like one of the first like female characters that I can think of that I was like, wow, what a cool lady. Aren't women amazing? Mm. 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 I mean, she's still a princess that needs to be rescued, but they subvert that. Like, you initially think like, oh, this is a princess, I have to rescue her. She's like, it's a shit rescue. I'm gonna save myself. The second you're like, no, she is. He is a bit incompetent at that stage. He is just a farm boy. Like, he's making it up as he goes. Mm. Mm. Well, that was his one skill that he had, was like he's a good pilot. Like, the rest of it was like, making it up as I go. Mm. And then, mm, mm, mm. I feel like she probably wasn't the first, but she's definitely, I think, one of the most iconic. Yeah. And then she just got more and more like badass as the movies went on. Like, by the end of like Return of the Jedi, she's rescuing Han. She's strangling fascists. She's getting shit done. Almost. Mm. And she had a blaster in hand the whole time. Like, I think I really enjoy how in Star Wars that she isn't just there to be like, oh no, like she's on for like a lot of the female characters in like the Indiana Jones films. Like, I like those films, don't get me wrong, but none of them have a lot of self initiative to be like, oh no, I'll go out and do this thing. Like, she was a woman on a mission. She was doing her own thing. She was striving her own path, and I really enjoyed that. And it's probably like a little bit to do with like how she's like badass Carrie Fisher was in real life, because she even did some like script rewrites on Empire Strikes Back. You can look up like images where she's like had like script notes where like originally the dialogue is a bit like, I'm not gonna say it's bad. It's still pretty good dialogue, but it's a lot more like, oh, this is the information that needs to be said. But she touched it up and made it like more succinct and added some jokes in there, and it's like, oh wow. No, she's one of like the great like script doctors out, or was one of the, oh damn, she was one of the great script doctors out there in Hollywood. She would work on like, no, because she would just, but it would like script punch up. We're like, we need more jokes in here, and they give it to Carrie Fisher, and she'd be like, okay, well, a joke can go here, a joke can go there. Like, this is dumb, get rid of that, put this in. Mm. 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 No, she's done a lot. She's written books. Mm. Yeah. Mm. Oh yeah, that's like one of her big things. She was very open about her mental illness, mm, which is good. You should be like, it should be less stigmatized, and we should be able to talk about that. No. Yeah, it's a chemical imbalance in your brain. It's not just being a fuck up. You have a disease. Mm. 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 And she's not just known for Star Wars. She was also, you've seen Blues Brothers, right? Or this yeah. Mm. But yeah, she's Jake's ex fiance in Blues Brothers, and she follows him around basically the whole film, trying to kill him, and is one of the most hilarious running jokes in that film. Mm-hmm. She's great in that film. That's that's gonna be. I feel like that's gonna be like what for like the Paul Walker thing was for like basic people. That's gonna be for nerds. Like, mm, mm. Yeah, I'm not sure how they're gonna handle that. Like, I feel like because they've like tried out that kind of CG technology with like Grand Moff Tarkin in Rogue One. So I'm wondering if maybe they're gonna do something like that to kill her off in Episode 9, or what they're gonna do. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, like Han, I still don't know how I feel about the Han death. Like, I like it for the fact that Harrison Ford can move on and do other things, and no one can ask him like, when are you gonna be Han Solo again? He's gonna be like, fuck off, I'm dead. Mm. Mm. He was what the franchise needed to get going again, but moving forward, we need a different style and a different approach. Mm. Oh yeah, it does quite a bit. Mm. No, no, we did. Mm. What's your favorite Leia moment from Star Wars? And then bloody Luke's just leaning back like, oh yeah, that'll show you. Getting a kiss from your twin sister. That'll shut you up, you charming smuggler. Ooh. Um, this might be just because I rewatched A New Hope, but when she grabs, I think it's pretty much her first badass moment where she grabs, I can't remember if it's Luke's or Han's blaster from them and shoots at the stormtroopers, and then shoots the get into the trash compactor, and like, what are you doing? It's like, well, none of you had a plan, so I'm going to take charge. I'm like, that's like the moment you realize, oh, she's badass. Mm. So I think that might be one of my favorite moments. And I really like, there was someone who posted about like the character arc of Leia, and how like of all like where all the male characters in the series kind of go off and are very much like, oh, I have feelings and things and I have to go away and do my own thing. She was the one who was like, fuck your like bullshit feelings and stuff. This rebellion is more important. This political cause. She was the one who stuck at like the thing that she was doing. Yeah. She doesn't stray from the mission. Like, it fucks with Han. He goes off and goes back to being a smuggler. She becomes a general. Like, she fucking got shit done. Mm. Mm. No, I really like that decision in The Force Awakens to have her be a general now. Like, I feel like that's pretty great. I feel like that's the right character arc for Leia. Mm. Yeah. To me, she's royal. Yeah. I'm not entirely sure who he was. Like, I was excited to see him, but then later on, I figured, like, no, he wasn't from the originals. Who the fuck is that guy? But I think I was just excited to see the actor because he was from Game of Thrones. He's one of the. He's the guy who saves Danny from that like assassin scorpion bug thing, and he was like one of the knights uh who then left like Westeros and was trying to find Danny, uh, and became like her counsel, and then died fighting all those gold mask people. Hmm. Yeah. I think I was just excited to see him again. Might have been it. Mm. 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 He is in episode 8, isn't he? Oh, it's gonna be. I'm excited to see him. I'm excited to see him. Yeah. Oh, but it's been a tough year for like original actors from uh Star Wars because we didn't just lose Carrie Fisher. We lost Kenny Baker, R2D2, and the actor who played Admiral Akbar. They're all gone. Now I think it's got something. Yeah, but yeah, because I was remembering when Carrie Fisher died, and then a picture showed up when I was looking for pictures to post to our Facebook page, and that picture of when she's giving uh, the information to R2D2, and I was like, oh, they're both dead now, aren't they? I was like, oh, it's just, man, rough year. Mm. I don't know, man. Like, there's a lot of our childhood favorites and whatnot that are getting up there. Like, Lemmy died, I think it was a year ago today or yesterday, and something like probably going to be Aussie next year. Like the way these things are going, I feel like he's coming. It's coming for him, and probably one of the Rolling Stones. Although they just seem to never die, so who knows? Mm. Oh fuck. Uh, so before when I woke up this morning, Alicia jokingly said, "Oh, Mark Hamill has died," and I was so angry at her. I was so because yeah, she said this to me, and then I was like, "What?" And she's like, "No, I'm joking." I was like, "Don't you ever fucking say that to me, ever." Oh, she's just ooh was so mad. Like it took me like a good hour, but it was just like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "You know what you did." I was very evasive like, for a while. And especially it was because I just done like a 4 hour shift, 4 till 8, so I was tired already. And I get like, oh, so has anyone died while I've been at work? Like, well, but apparently some actor from Everybody Hates Chris died. So I don't think it was the Everybody Hates Chris actor, but one. I'm not entirely sure who it was from the show, but some black actor. He was on The Walking Dead. Yeah, I think he's about our age. He's like 23 or something. Mm. Mm. Yeah. So do you wanna move on to some less depressing news? Woo! Numbers. You love your numbers. Oh. Is that worldwide or? Wow, just domestic US. Fuck. Damn. That's true. People still want to see like Rogue One and stuff, so yeah, it could go up. Mm. True, 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 true. Mm. Mm. Oh, there was also some other. Scarlett Johansson is apparently the highest grossing, top grossing actress of 2016. She didn't earn the most, but she was in collectively in the movie she started made the most money. Because I think, and then like I think second and third were Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. Something like that. Mm. I think it's like her and Chris Evans are the most uh like fuel efficient in the way that like for money for your buck, like the amount they pay them and the amount those movies make, they are like the most yeah, most worth it. Like you get a Chris Evans in it, you're gonna make that much money, and you only have to give him this much, which he should earn more. Like he should look at that statistic and go like, oh, well, you should be paying me Robert Downey Jr. money because look how much fucking money Captain America: Civil War was like the highest grossing film of the year. So, mm, that's true. That's true. He was in a lot of romantic comedies. He did a lot of comedy stuff. Mm. Yeah, they came in with a bit more street cred than him. Mm. Mm. I guess Robert Downey Jr. does have a good like 20 years on him. Because Chris Evans like 33, 34. Robert Downey Jr. is like 50, something like that. Mm. Oh Jesus. No, no. Like he's living. He's being very healthy at the moment. I feel like he'll be okay, right? Woo. Like it's gonna happen soon. Like they took Gary Shandling this year. Like that's like someone that was in a Marvel movie that's died. It's gonna happen soon. Like one of these Marvel people. All right. Yeah. Did you have any other box office news? No. All right. Yeah. Let's have a look. What else do you have on this list? My phone's on like 1% battery, so I don't know if it. Yeah. Did you watch that? Mm. No, it was more like a bunch of storyboards with some voice acting over it. Mm. And it was very Star Wars themed, so it's a good thing to bring it up. I mean, I'm really looking forward to season 3. I don't know when it's coming, but just these little like storyboard schematic things that they've released, or like this one and the other one where Rick is a bug for some reason. I'm really looking forward to this season. They said sometime this year, but like, man, what we've got like 2 days left, so I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It better be. It'll probably gonna be like early 2017. I'm thinking like April is probably a good bet. Maybe earlier. Oh jeez, no, I don't think so. No, it's definitely coming. It's soon. Oh yeah, man. Ooh. Like I've been rewatching it like kind of sporadically, but yeah, it's been a while. Pretty much, yeah. It's kind of one of those shows. Mm. Yeah, but man, this is the first time we've seen Rick like genuinely break down, and that was especially after them doing like the kind of the Star Wars thing, and after seeing this after knowing Carrie Fisher died, and then them breaking down. At first, I was just kind of like, oh man, but then they're like, oh wow, that was just a horrible experience. Why am I trying to kill myself? It was just like, oh okay, yeah, that's. And it does kind of feel like that's probably a conversation they should have had like um after A New Hope, where they're just like, wow, yeah, whew, sitting in the Millennium Falcon. Ah, oh fuck, Jesus, what the hell? 6 days ago, I was a farmer. I just blew up a Death Star. Holy shit. Mm, yeah. I keep meaning to watch that again because I watched New Hope recently. I'm feeling like going through the original trilogy, and then probably watching Force Awakens again. Yeah, it's probably been that long. But yeah, after Rogue One got me like right back. Whoa, I gotta watch A New Hope right now, and I did it like the next day. I'm like, still good, still a great time. Oh yeah, I've got one thing to talk about in recommendations that I've only watched one. Like I started yesterday. I'm probably gonna watch one tonight, maybe some tomorrow. Mm. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this season. It's looking good. Looking like they're gonna do some things different. Mm. Yeah, I saw you wrote it down, and I'm like, didn't this get unconfirmed? But oh, well, we'll talk about it. Yeah. Mm. Which you hear that and you're like, oh yay, cool. Oh, wonder what that's gonna be like. Mm. Mm. You can make it work where like you have him being kind of like a crazy vagrant, and it's like one moment of levity where he's just there and he's like, man, what the fuck happened? Like everything was fine like a movie ago. What did you guys do? Mm. Oh, they just pop in like time jump, and it's just like, oh, we've gone too far. Go back, go back. And I'm just like, oh shit, we've traveled into the Logan movie. All right, back. Like, hey Hugh. Mm. Yeah, man, there's been so much fake news this year. Oh yeah, like so much got spread around, and I feel like there's probably a few stories that I fell for. I can't quite think of them because I didn't so much. Did I? Oh, I think sometimes I see a nerdy story and I just share it instantly without even reading it. So just to try and stay on top of these things. I probably did. I'm just saying I try and keep up with these things. Yeah. Mm. Well, good for you. Yeah, it's right over here. On the edge of this cliff. Just come and get it. I'm not gonna push you over. I promise. Mm. Fuck you! Yeah. Mm. It is bullshit. All right, let's talk about some Ridley Scott because we've got two Ridley Scott themed. One is Ridley Scott directed, and one is Ridley Scott executive produced. But both are big old throwbacks to early successes in his career. We've got Alien Covenant and Blade Runner 2049. Let's start with directed by Ridley Scott, Alien Covenant. Now, have you seen the original Alien films or? Okay. Yeah, I think because he did the first one, and then James Cameron did Aliens, which I think I like more, but Alien I think is definitely the better film of the two. Yeah, because one's more fun and the other is like a better film, if that makes sense. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, Alien. It's pretty like groundbreaking for its time. It's got some great like practical effects in it. It's a pretty good like space kind of horror thriller. So I definitely recommend watching at least the first two. Alien and Aliens are definitely worth watching. And this feels very much like a throwback to that original Alien. I think so, because it's got Michael Fassbender in it, and he was in Prometheus, so one would assume so. But I think there's two Michael Fassbenders in this film. One might be like the head from the last film, and I think one is like a different android. I did. It's not. It's pretty. Like it's worth seeing just to look at it. And Michael Fassbender is real interesting in it. Mm. Mm. It is real pretty. Like if you want to see some like good cinematography, it's definitely worth it for that. But some characters make some dumb decisions in it, which kind of lessen. Yeah. Like there's literally a guy whose job is to make maps gets lost. Yeah, and so it. I feel like that's kind of a problem. It's something I've noticed in like films like Prometheus and Batman v Superman, where these directors they get lost in this like grand idea that they have, where they're like, okay, I have this grand idea and I want to make this vast statement about humanity. I want to throw in these great artistic shots and these great like moments, but then they're too focused on like this big picture that they lose sight of like little details like character motivation, plot, uh, storytelling, things that make sense. Like they lose sight of that because they're too invested in like, well, I know that it makes sense because it makes sense up here, but they forget to make it make sense on the screen because they're thinking of all the stuff they didn't include. Especially for Zack Snyder, like all the stuff he talks about, like, well, this is what we didn't have in the film, but this is something that's going on in this universe. And it's like, put that in the fucking movie. Don't tell me now. That doesn't matter if you telling me now, like, well, it makes sense because of this and this thing that I didn't actually put in the movie. Like, no, fuck you. Has to make sense in your movie. So yeah, that's a problem I've noticed with like, it's the kind of films that get defended by fans because they're like, no, but I can see this grand artistic vision. But I'm like, that's fine. Have a grand artistic vision. Good. Shoot for the stars. But at the same time, when you're building this big old ladder, make sure all the rungs are there and you're not missing a few, because otherwise you're gonna fucking fall through it and then your movie's just a bad experience. Mm-hmm. So I think so, because this is going back to the roots of what Alien was, which is like a horror film in space. But at the same time, I'm seeing those same kind of problems there, where like it's got that kind of cheap horror feel, especially like the end of the trailer where it's like, oh, there's a sex scene and then murder in space. But at the same time, it's like, so I don't know. Like the cheap horror things are kind of throwing me like, but the gore is making me go like, oh, okay, there, at least that, and the look of it looks pretty good. So I don't quite know. I'm thinking it might just be it was a movie kind of experience. I'm getting just a movie vibes, which March or May. I think it's either March or May. I'm not entirely sure. Like Alien and Aliens because good movies, should watch them. Prometheus because it's pretty and you can laugh at dumb decisions made by characters. Mm. And there are some good things to Prometheus. Like it does still have Idris Elba and Charlize Theron in it. It does have one scene that's like it doesn't make sense, but it is a very harrowing and thrilling scene in the moment. Um, and Michael Fassbender is just fascinating to watch on screen. So he is a gem. I enjoy him in almost everything. Although I haven't seen Assassin's Creed yet, so I don't know. Doesn't it? Oh wow. Yeah, I'm hearing mixed things about Passengers. Like, I think I've had one like plot point spoiled for me that I was like, oh, don't tell me that. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, really? That's what this is? Oh, ooh. That's true. I won't spoil it for you because, like, you should go and see it and make up your own mind. Like, I might wait for, I might wait till Guardians because that comes out early next year. It's just like March, isn't it? That's not that far away. Mm. Yeah, because that's March, Spider-Man's July, and then Thor is like November. Oh, we get Iron Fist in March as well. Oh, yeah, that's probably going to be pretty big. Yes, it's good. It's not as good as everyone says. Controversial opinion on my part, but it is like very iconic for like the set design and the way like you watch Blade Runner and you're like, oh, so this is why all these like modern sci-fi films are set in like a rainy city that's kind of Asian-y. Like it, as Blade Runner, you got to blame for that. Like so much of anime, so much of like yeah, like a lot of that is all because of Blade Runner. So like it's definitely worth watching for that. And there are definitely some good scenes in it and some good moments, but it is a bit slow. I don't think it's that. I think it's what I think people are going for when they do that. Especially when they're doing like the kind of futuristic thing, is like the expansion of like Asia as such, like this dominant like force in culture that like Western culture and Asian culture, because the two big superpowers, China and USA, and they're just gonna kind of merge and mush into one kind of mucky mishmash. I feel like that's what they're usually going for when they do something like that. In parts, we kind of do that. No, Asian, you do you, Japan. All right. Hey man, that's how they got around censors. That was them being creative. I understand. If you look up the history of it, like I'm not saying ooh, hentai is an artistic thing, but there's for every weird decision there is out there in the world, there is an interesting history behind it. I'll say that. They do that in Western porn as well. Haven't you seen Two Girls One Cup? Yeah, me too. But I know what happens in it, and I'm saying that just ain't Japan. Lots of places are weird. So don't kink shame Japan, Brett. Okay. All right. That's up to you. All right. Anyway, Blade Runner 2049. This one I'm a little bit more excited about, mainly because of the director. This guy hasn't done a film that I haven't liked so far. Prisoners is great. Sicario is great. Arrival is great. I haven't seen Enemy, but I hear that's pretty great as well. So he's pretty much on the same page for me as Edgar Wright for like directors who have not steered me wrong yet. Oh yeah. Mm. Mm. And it's got my man crush from back in the day, Ryan Gosling, in it. Man, it's all because of Drive. After I saw Drive, I was just like, that's a cool man. I want to hang out with him. I want that jacket. Ryan Gosling should be my friend. Yeah, I wanted to be Ryan Gosling so bad. He'd be a generous lover, I reckon. As long as when he penetrated you, he screamed for Asgard. Taste my Mjolnir. Oh, we've gotten so off track. I apologize. I apologize. But no, it looks real pretty. I'm a I'm a little sick. I am and I aren't of like the kind of blue hues and then orange hues because I feel like that's something that Hollywood is leaning on real hard. I feel like it gets used a lot though. It's kind of this cyan and orange kind of look. Like that was what Mad Max Fury Road was. Almost every Michael Bay movie uses that, although to a different degree. He kind of mixes it a bit more. This is more like one scene is blue, one scene is orange, which is kind of what Mad Max Fury Road was going for. I'm liking the imagery, and I like the cinematography because it's fucking Dennis Villeneuve. He doesn't know how to make a movie that doesn't look amazing. So, what do you mean make a movie that looks shit? What do you mean? Explain this to me. I only know how to make movies that look gorgeous. That is what I don't know where he's from, so I'm giving a general accent that could be anywhere. Russian and then maybe a little bit of Spanish. Or, I don't know. I'm going all over the place because just cover my bases. Like, add in all the like over pronunciations of vowels and consonants. Who knows where he's from? Actually, I should know because I really like him. He's probably Spanish. I'm gonna throw that out there. Or mm, oh man, I was on board. Also, the music in the trailer is very like, oh yeah, that's Blade Runner. Oh, he's French Canadian. Well, there you go. Mm, mm. There's a bunch of movies of his that I haven't seen. I might look them up at some point. Mm. All right, I think Enemy is something I need to see there. All right. Uh, yeah. What have you caught up on from this year? All right. Well, I'll go first because mine's just one. Um, I finally I watched Nice Guys. I'd watched half of it earlier, but then I got distracted and had to do something else. But I finally got around to watching it again, and I liked it. I really liked it. It's kind of it's a lot of slapstick in there. Um, but I'm really on board for like Shane Black's style of like buddy cop, uh, violent dark comedy where like it doesn't quite go quite how you expect. So I'm on board for whenever he does that. So it's good. I would recommend it. Yeah, it's one of the better versions of it. Like it has a few like very good like subversive moments. I won't spoil them for you. I did watch Barry. Yeah, I quite liked it. Hmm. I, man, I identified with that like so much. Yeah, like yeah, it's the same feeling I got when I read Barack Obama's book. Like, oh, it was around about like 2008 before he was sworn in, and yeah, he's very kind of open and honest about like his early years, and I was like, yeah, I was kind of a fuck up, and it took me a while to find out what I wanted to do, and you can see like those like seeds of like you should be doing something, you need to do something, he needs that direction, and like I need to be doing something, but he just isn't quite sure what it is yet. And I do get that, like where he's trying to go to like different parties and like I want to go to like experience all these different things, and it's like this just isn't for me. I don't know what yeah, it is. Mm. 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 I think that was they combined a whole. So there was a bunch of women he dated in college, and they've kind of combined it into one person. Yeah, so they've condensed it to like, oh well, there's a few people, but that's too much for one movie. We'll condense it down to one person and like mix and match. Yeah. Mm. 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 There were parts of it I did like, just like that kind of that inner kind of struggle in his head where he's trying to think like this, like he likes her, but he's got all this like bullshit just rattling through his head of like, does she really like me, or am I just like a fetish for her, or like, does she like me as a person, or is this just like, oh, because she spent 5 days in Kenya, she thinks she can just date some Kenyan boy, and like, oh yeah, that's see, and as someone with like Kenyan heritage, I did, whew, man, I identified with that. Mm. Yeah, his dad was a Luo, I think, which is one of the like tribes, which is rival tribe to the Kikuyu. So he's like east side, west side kind of thing. Oh, tribes, mate, bloody tribes. Mm. Got our own language and everything. Mm-hmm. Oh, what did you think? Yeah, it's pretty good, eh? Mm. 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 It is. It does. Like, it's one of the like. Went into that film thinking like, oh yeah, it's gonna be, it's okay. Like, I'm hearing some good things about it, but I didn't expect it to be this like really like interesting discussion of race relations. Like, that's not what I expected going in. But like, oh wow, this is really good. Mm. I think they just didn't exist. Mm. No, I think they just didn't exist. Ah, that's on my list. Yeah. Mm. That's fine. It's an animated film. Like, mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm. Uh, well, hey, they kind of did that with Avatar: The Last Airbender as well. Like, they were mixing and matching a whole bunch of things. Like, the Fire Nation are kind of more Japanese, and then the Earth Kingdom is more Chinese, and then you have like Inuit tribes for the water tribes, and then I think it's like nomadic, little bit of Mongol, little bit of Tibetan monk kind of thing for the air nomads. So you mix and match. You got a few. Mm. Mm. I think I have a soft spot for claymation. Probably Collars of Wallace and Gromit because I love that too. Heresy. Okay. Well, it's on my list, so I'm gonna get to that. Ooh. Oh, what did you think? Yeah. Yeah, right? Ooh. Mm. Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite like acting showcases. Mm. Mm. It felt very like a very honest portrayal of it. Mm. Yeah. Mm. Mm. And there is comedy in it, but it's like comedy in the face of like oblivion. So real dark comedy. A drama with brief moments of levity just so you don't kill yourself. Mm. Mm. Oh yeah, how is it? Mm. Mm. All right. Oh wow. Because I'd kind of written it off because of Mark Wahlberg. So it's not that I don't like him, but every time I see him, I'm just like, hey, how you doing? That's me. It's Mark Wahlberg. I'm acting. Mm. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Yeah. Mm. Oh wow. Nice. Nice. But yeah. Mm. Okay. Look, the pipe is doing a thing. Okay, if you say so. Yeah. Does sometimes get like that. I think like with like Scouse or like northern like UK accents, some of those like places where it's just like farms and people going, well, I just talk like this and then we talk like this all the time, and it's just like, fucking what? Yeah. Oh, what'd you think of that? Mm. Mm. It is a bit kind of like, okay, that's a twist. I think I went with it because I was just like, by that point I was in for the ride of like, well, I'm invested in this character now. Where's she gonna go next? So that's fair. That's fair. It. Oh, that's on my list as well. Mm. Mm. Well, yeah, there you go. If they're poor and they play punk music, like okay, well then. DIY as fuck. Mm. How's Patrick Stewart in it? Ooh. Mm. No, I feel like he does like a quiet. Yeah, that's what I was kind of expecting. Where like he plays on that like feeling you have of like, oh, it's Patrick Stewart. I love Patrick Stewart. Let me watch him do a thing, and then he like betrays it with like doing something awful, and he's just like, oh, Patrick, how could you? Ooh. All right, I'm gonna put that on my list. I think I'm gonna watch Hell or High Water tomorrow, and then Hell or High Water tonight, and then maybe Green Room and Kubo and the Two Strings tomorrow, or something like that. Yeah. I wouldn't bother with them because I don't think they're gonna be on our best list. Like, yeah, I'd try and go for the things that people generally agree are good, and then you can decide if you agree with that. Mm. What? All right. Well, do you want to wrap it up here and? Mm-hmm. And we'll find out which ones end up in your top 10. Which one you liked more than others. Yeah. Okay. So if you want to talk about how Carrie Fisher affected your life, how Debbie Reynolds affected your life, how you wanted to go out and dance and sing Good Morning. If you want to tell us what you got for Christmas, you can find us on Facebook. We're at facebook.com/PCMR podcast. We are also on Twitter at PCMR podcast. We also have our own personal Twitter accounts. I'm at Aiden's Vlog, AIDANSVLOG. Good boy. That's what Carrie would have wanted. She does not. At all. Neither does Debbie Reynolds. Good. Thank you. Be respectful. We also have an Instagram account. We're at PCMR Podcast. If you want to email us, I don't know why you would. Maybe you have a business inquiry. In that case, oh yes, please do. Then we are PCMRpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to listen to us or you want to have a way to recommend links and stuff, we are on iTunes, YouTube. So go there, subscribe. Just type in PCMR Podcast. You'll find us. We also have a website, PCMRpodcast.net. It's got everything, which reminds me of something I need to talk to you about that. Something we need to do for 2017, probably. So yeah, but nothing you need to worry about as listeners. Mm, true. So, until next week, or next year, I guess. Goddamn, wow. Whew. Until next year, I have been Aiden. And you've been listening to the PCMR podcast. Farewell. Have a good New Year's. All right. Bye-bye.